My great-great-grandfather came out to Rehoboth, and they bought the farm in 1850, and it's been in the family ever since. And when the farm started originally, they had dairy cows and they had laying hens. I ended up getting the farm in the early 60s, and I converted it to a horse farm. And I always wanted to breed a horse and raise a horse and go through the whole process of breaking it and training it and running it. And so my uncle gave me a mare, and that's how I got started. I thought it was just going to be like a one mare, one-time deal, but somehow it got out of control. And now we have 70-some horses here, and we had 25 foals born this spring, and we bred about 32 mares, I think, which has been good. It's good for, because the last few years things really dropped off, but because of the promise of the casino money coming, people are starting to get excited about breeding again. So it's great for the farms, not only mine but all the others. So we're hoping that the casinos get going and the money comes into the purses and into the breeding program, and everybody will get a chance to finally make a living doing this. We provide the service of foaling out mares and rebreeding them, and some of them go back home when that's done, and some of them stay here year-round. And we break a lot of babies. We have a quarter-mile training track, and we train our own horses here, and we run them from the farm. So it keeps us busy pretty much all year round.
How many people do you usually keep working?
We usually have anywhere from 7 to 10 people, depending, like during the breeding season and the foaling season, we get really busy because we still have all the horses training besides. So we have to hire some extra people part-time to come in and work, and we have 2 exercise riders that get on the horses every day. Well, we had 25 foals born this year, and about 17 or 18 of them were other people's. And we had about 8 or 9 that were actually ours. Our grain bill, that's just the grain bill, average is about 1,100 a week, and we usually feed about 125 bales of hay a week, and we get a 40-yard dumpster of sawdust once about every week too. So that's for the bedding.
And people always breed their horses in a state that has a racing program where they get a benefit.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
But our horses are obviously going to be born here because we can't turn around and afford to send them out and pay board out of state and, pay foaling fees and all of that. So ours will obviously be born here. Where will they race? They can race in other states, they just won't be eligible for any of the breeder awards.
Mm-hmm. Which makes a big difference?
Oh, very big difference, yes. Here in Massachusetts, of course, the owner gets 30% above what they make in the purse, and the breeder gets 25%, the stallion owner 15%. So you figure if you own and bred the horse, you got 55% above what they earned at the track.
Huh.
That's not a small amount of money. I don't know exactly what the other breeder programs are in other states, but they're all pretty lucrative. We've already had 8 horses leave that are afraid to drop their horses in Massachusetts because they don't know if in 3 years they'll have a place to race. Mm-hmm. So we have some going to New York, we have some going to Pennsylvania. They're just leaving. They're going to places that have a breeders program and they have racing.
So that's already happened.
Oh yeah, we've already lost 8, and there's 2 more going this week. Yeah, we're in a tough spot right now. We have a couple of horses, 2 or 3 horses that are coming in till winter here. They're not breeding horses, they're racing horses. They like to winter here because we have the track and we start them early in March. So they get a head start on Boston if it opens. But they're also not dependent on that because these are horses that can race anywhere. So they can still get their head start in March and then go race in New York. We finally got some of the legislators up there to understand the value of keeping the open space, that we're not just talking about 1,200 jobs at the racetrack, but you're talking about many more around the state. And finally we've got some legislators that listen to that, and it's not a good investment. It's a, you've got to love the sport and the animals, and yeah, you hope you can eke out a living at it, but no, you don't plan on getting rich.